Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday, February the 5th from Imperial Dam. We have done some deep cleaning. I think I've got the majority of my modifications, upgrades, changes complete so that I can do a quick walkthrough on our truck camper and show it off a little bit. We have a 2022 Cirrus 820 on a 2021 Ford F-350. We affectionately call them BART and Arnie. Big beep, red truck, and of course, you gotta have Arnie if you got Bert or BART. This is the inside of BART. We removed the back seat, put a little platform there because there's an inverter under the bottom of that. These are our three 100-watt suitcase panels that we use for the anchor. I also have a 110-watt panel back here because in the middle of all this, there's a Jackery 500 that is an emergency backup. We use the gray totes because they form to the space better than a plastic tub. We don't put anything in there breakable, so this is my junk drawer. This is our drills and blowers and stuff like that. We have camping gear, tents, extra clothes, seasonal stuff, shower tent, toolbox, chainsaw, skill saw. That's our awning. I'm short, so I can have the seat up close. That's Bruno's seat in the middle. We tried it with it down. He likes it better with it up. That's the monitor for the halo view. It works very well. So we're gonna go through the modifications / upgrades just real quick. They're mostly suspension. They're not really suspension, it's more of anti-sway. We've got upper and lower stable loads all the way around. I opted for the Timbrins over airbags. I had airbags on here for about 2 weeks and I did not like them. Didn't like the way it drove and rode. So I swapped them out, changed them, put the Timbrins in. I also changed out the factory shocks, put in Bilsteins to soften the ride just a little bit. They help some. We put in a big wig sway bar, anti-sway bar, however you want to say it, so that we can travel without a lot of side-to-side wind issues, which we don't have any. We're very happy. It does ride rough, and that's okay. We didn't expect anything less, but we're happy with all these upgrades. Bilsteins, big wig sway bar, stable loads, Timbrins. Rides like a tank, but there ain't no rocking and rolling. We of course have the torque lift frame mounted tie down system, which we were crazy about. We like it very much. Fast gun clamps work super well, especially over on the other side where my tie down is right in front of the gas tank door. Have to take it off every time we fuel up, which is okay. Extra security, right? Our 820 did not come with the side awning. It did come with the rear awning, which we deployed twice. Decided we did not like it. The second time the wind caught it and it stood straight up. So we decided that before we rip a hole in the roof, we're gonna take it off. We have since changed over to I think it's King Camp. I will put a picture in here. it mounts either here, right below the window, or here. You can see Mrs. C has got her marks where the suction cups go, and we mount the awning. We added these two small storage boxes because we needed the space. They don't fit. They're 24-inch boxes. This is a 23-inch space, so I had to cut to form it around the light well. No big deal. Our hatchet, these are the pads. These are the pads for the camper legs. Of course, chocks, which I don't have under there right now. That's kind of, anyway, there are the leveling blocks in the back. And we have some leveling blocks here. Extra fuel can, which is not in use right now. This one is, it's for our generator, which we don't use unless we absolutely have to. This is full of tent stakes, because we do have a gazelle on top, which occasionally we put out, not very often, but occasionally. And the wind likes to take it sailing. We have a Westinghouse iGen. Let me take this out. There we go. Westinghouse iGen 2500. Works well. It is a pain in the butt to start, but once it's running, air conditioner's no problem, all that good stuff. We can run everything we need. We've only ran it a couple of times. Once when we were playing with the refrigerator and forgot to take it off of DC and ran the battery down. Other than that, it's pretty much stays in here all the time. Mrs. C and Bruno are back. They were out walking. Hi, y'all. Bruno, what you doing, man? This is our pink flamingo. It's a lot more functional than a real pink flamingo. Mrs. C's laughing. I'm not sure why. Anyway, if you need it, great. We don't really use it a lot, but this one lights up the whole neighborhood, y'all. We got two here. We got them on Velcro patches on the side. They work really well. Helps Mrs. C at night when she likes to wander around in the dark. Where's the light? Oh, there it is. Found it. Light. And then we got one up here. Worked great. Imperial Dam. I also wanted to add that we did cut a couple of holes in it, which I know is, but we put a external jack or external plug for the one on this side is a house battery. The one on the other side goes directly to our anchor power station, so that we can just bring our solar panel. We have suitcase solar panels that we can set out here. If we need extra boost or if we want to park in the shade, we can bring our solar panels out, charge up the house battery, or charge up the anchor. The anchor we use for phones, computers, tablets, cameras, any of that kind of stuff. The house batteries are strictly for anything to do with our camper. We have 200 amp hours of Battleborn lithium, which I will put a picture of or a little clip in here. I installed them down in the battery box, which is down in there, which is really a pain in the tuchus if you have to work on them. Let me hit these outside compartments real quick, y'all. They're basically just storage. I mean, this is where we keep our gray water. We don't have a black tank, or we have one, but we don't use it. Gray water hose is that green one. We have an orange 3-gallon, 5-gallon bucket, collapsible, works great. Our gloves. We have a couple of the white water hoses down there because this has a siphon on it that we can bring in water from 5-gallon jugs. If we can't get to a spigot, we can fill it up a 5-gallon jug and draw it out of it into the tank with the pump. Here is just our basic junk storage. We have a grill, an oven, 2 1-burner stoves. There's our Dutch oven for cooking outside. There's a little bit of Aldi fluid. I've got a gallon jug in the back, some charcoal, and lots of extra storage space. This is where we keep our cleaning, external cleaning supplies and butane for the camp stoves that we have. Duct tape, gotta have duct tape, y'all. And this is the water system, water management, Nautilus water management system. If you guys do not have one of these, that is the best water hose. It coils up to next to nothing. We got the quick connects on the water spigot, so there's nothing to it when we hook it up. This is our gray tank connection since we do not have a black tank. Put that hose on there, open her up and let her go. And everybody's favorite compartment, the propane cabinet. I hate this one. I don't hate it, but I dislike this one because that tank back there is kind of a booger to get in and out. There's your external propane connection if you want to use it. Low pressure, I believe. I wouldn't know. I don't use it. And of course you got to pack it in and pack it out. Change the payload capacity on the truck. All they do is help with sway and ride. It has nothing to do with payload. Our payload's 4411 and we are pretty dadgum close to 4411. Anyway, that's Bart and Arnie on the outside. We got 210 watts of solar on the top. There's Mrs. C lounging. 210 watts of solar on the top. We'll go inside. There's our shadow again. Well, that sun is something today, isn't it? All right. Welcome everyone to Arnie. Electrical, like I said, I've got 210 watts of solar on the roof. I have 300 watts of suitcase in the cab of the truck that we can put out. We can roll them out about 30 feet from the truck if we need to. So we have plenty of solar to keep the house batteries charged and keep the anchor charged. So we're in pretty good shape there. We're going to try those for a while before we make any more upgrades. All right, since we had a clip of the electrical outside, let's do a quick clip inside here. I'm not going to open this up right now because I have clips that I will throw in. The clips that I'm putting in were from a couple of days ago, so we're not going to open that up and look because that's his toy box. That's Bruno's toy box. And inside, yeah, the door sucks. It's already had to tape it. Under here is our anchor power station. Like I said before, we use this just for phones, cameras, tablets, computers, and such. All right, that should pretty much take care of the electrical. Let's move on. Let's take a look at our bathroom facility. It is a standard wet bath, nothing spectacular. The shower wands do not come with this little jewel, y'all. If you get one of these, Cirrus, you need to get the valve, or the valve for shutting off the water, because you will get doused in the shower if you don't. They come with a knob that's about this dang long, and you will snag that sucker every time you walk in here. We took it off at its little anchor nut. Haven't had any problems with it since. That and the shut-off valve on the shower head. We removed the flush toilet and installed a Sunmar GTG compost toilet, which we love. We have an extra urine container. Yeah, we pee a lot. But this thing, it fits in there perfectly. Does not smell. I don't have smell-o-vision on my phone, so anyway, y'all can't tell. But it works fantastic. It's just a standard separating toilet. Here's the urine diverter. We made a cover for the solids container so that we don't have to enjoy the visual every time we open it up to go to the bathroom. But it works well. I mean, no complaints. It's not anchored down. It does not have a vent fan on it. We leave it floating on the floor, not floating, but that wasn't a good choice of words. We just leave it as is. It's not anchored down. We got a shower rug, which works fantastic. There's our vinegar water solution for flushing the toilet. Our compost medium for the solids tank. Hot water, our bathroom heater. There's really not a whole lot more to discuss in here, y'all. So moving out of the bathroom into the kitchen. These things have a massive sink, which Mrs. C loves. I think it takes up a little bit too much room, but she likes it, so we're good. We opted for a Berkey. Works fantastic. We gallon at a time. We usually go through a gallon or two a day, drinking, making coffee, cooking. This is all we use for drinking and teeth and our toothbrushing and stuff like that. So the tank water we use for everything else. A 2-burner stove, propane, works very well. It's our storage system. It is nothing spectacular. We like the tubs. They work well. We have drugs and meds and first aid, tablecloths, cookware, dog food, the Aldi, whatever, fluid container or glycol containers in the back. Our WeBoost, we don't have the power connected permanently. I keep it in here, the antenna and the power cord, so that I can roll them out when I need them, put them wherever I want them. When I don't need them, they stay stored up here. These jewels, there's Mrs. C. These jewels are priceless. This is a Halo View wireless camera, backup camera. The backup cameras that are on here, I almost went down, y'all. The backup cameras that are on here, of course, ours is out right now. We're waiting on a warranty replacement. They look down at the stairs very well. But and yes, it is an electrical box cover plate. Put these on, boom. And we have backup camera that can see way down the road. Highly recommend. And this is where they rest when they're not in use. I have a metal plate up there. They have a magnet base and a magnet back. Mrs. C faces them that way when they're charged, and faces them the other way when they're discharged. She's pretty efficient, y'all. Cirrus camper cabinetry, we love it. Here and here, Mrs. C's cookware, coffee, paper plates, plastic plates. Daryl and Darlene, our coffee mugs. The 820 comes with a microwave convection. The 2022, the 2021s and prior were up here. 22 moved it down here. We ordered the cabinet package and took the microwave convection out. This is where our trash can and heavy duty cookware resides. Under the sink is our cleaning supply regimen, plus a jug of distilled water and a jug of tap water to put into the Berkey when necessary. Coming around to the other side of the house, we removed the little lagoon table that was in here. It was just a little bit too small. That's Bruno's teddy bear, by the way, y'all. It was just a little bit too small for us. We didn't care for it, so we went to a thrift store. I cannot remember where the town was, but we went to a thrift store, bought a table, took the legs off, cut the top down, and this is what we have for our table now. We like the full-size table. Mrs. C's removed her cushion because Bruno likes to take that spot back there. She has moved her cushion to this location because, as you can see, we have removed our television. We do not watch television often enough to warrant having one in the camper. If we want to watch something, we'll use our phones or iPads or a computer. Anyway, she Velcroed this to the wall, and she has a little backrest there that she can relax on. Got her books, her hat, and her little cubby. There's our grandkids' art work. We're thankful for that. We need some updated stuff though. Hint, hint, we need some updated artwork, kids. Anyway, onto the food pantries. Food. We like to eat. These racks are just the standard laundry room metal racks that we've cut down. We didn't put one in the center. Mrs. C wanted to have the full height there. We cut those down. I went to Lowe's, picked up some 1-inch aluminum tubing, square tubing, cut it down, made the legs all the same, and gorilla taped them to the wall. And they're gorilla taped back here as well, and holds the rack on. And so we've got a 2-level there, 2-level there. Got plenty of food storage room. Yes, we do use dried sausage, dried eggs. It works well for us. Up in the bed area, there's nothing. The bed is okay. We have a topper on ours with a cover, and it stays fairly comfortable. We'll be replacing the mattress by the end of the year. My CPAP is up there. That runs off the house battery, off the inverter, which, like I've said before, the 1200 watt inverter is more than enough for us. We don't use a lot of electricity, so cubbies, hat racks, 12 volt rechargeable fan, which is a lifesaver. The Aldi system is under Mrs. C's bench. Under here is, I don't want to call it storage because I don't think it's technically supposed to be storage, but a lot of people put a couple of extra batteries in there. We use it for storage. I'm not going to open it up because it's a... Mrs. C says it's neat, so I'm going to open it up and show y'all. When these are delivered, the lids are screwed down. So this is the void that I was talking about that is technically not storage, but a lot of people use it for storage. There's our computer, which we very rarely ever use. I use my iPad for just about everything. I have a spare CPAP in case the one I have craps out. The compost we keep in here, or the already made up compost. Then there's compost bricks in the bottom. But it's a pretty good storage area. I'm probably gonna replace those rods with, I'm gonna put some, oh, I can't think of the word now. Anyway, probably gonna replace those eventually, so that stuff doesn't fall off. But anyway, there's that Mrs. C did a good job cleaning that up. We have an induction top in there as well that we use whenever we're plugged into shore power, so we're not using our propane. It runs off of 110 off the inverter and stuff, so we pull it out whenever we're parked at a campground and use the induction top. Otherwise, we use propane. Both are equally efficient. We've added these little seat cushions because your butte will hit the wood on these. They're not super solid from the factory cushions, so we've added these extra foam cushions. They work well. And then on the other side, we'll swing around. We have a couple of little canned food areas, kitchen, excuse me, the refrigerator. This is Mrs. C's Joseph and Joseph knife collection, which she loves. It's just double-sided tape onto the fridge. It is a propane 110 DC fridge. Dang, it's neat too, wow. That we're very happy with. Plenty of room for everything that we eat. Mrs. C spice rack. I think that's pretty much it. There's not, I mean, this is not a Cirrus tour. This is a Jerry's Mods and Tina's Mods tour. So that's pretty much what we've got. We will be replacing this at some point this year with a max fan. We want more control, a little bit quieter, a little more efficient, and something we can open in the rain. That's about it. Got anything to add, Mrs. C? No? You good with that tour?
Perfect with it.
All right, so we're gonna close this out. I will try to get it edited and up before Thursday. We got a truck camper rally starting Wednesday, so look at this, man. This is Imperial Dam, y'all. Beautiful. See y'all next week. Bye. Bye, Mrs. C. Bye, Bruno. You don't care.